All right. What's up, guys? Steve here with the Breakout Project. Sorry about the lighting. Professional lighting still isn't in yet. Daytime lighting just isn't doing it. My face looks like it has some craziness on it. Anyway, I'm sure you'll get over it. Hey, listen, this podcast isn't going to be extremely long. It's not much of a tutorial. It's more so of a trade recap. I just basically want to show you the potential here. I want to show you what can be done. I want to show you what financial freedom really is. Okay. What you're looking at here is my performance report for today. Well, all in all, I had a good day. Took way too many trades. I over traded in my opinion. I was scalping a lot. I was just in the trading mood. I'm not going to argue or be mad at $8,335 in an hour and a half of my time. Started at 9:30, ended at 11. Uh, I hit my margin. I'm at 75% win, 25% lose. My total profit was 18,365. My total loss was 10,030. That is a little high. And the reason why that's high is because I went against my rules today and I moved my stop loss on two occasions. The first time it bit me in the ass, and the second time it worked out really well in my favor. Now, you go into a day and you have a plan, and sometimes you have to avert from that plan. Fortunately, when I averted from my plan today, um, I was 1 for 1. Now I don't like to do that, but I'll kind of show you why I did that um, on one of them. So we're gonna go look at the charts now, and one other thing here. The total P&L, once you take away all these fees, is really 7,960. On a funded account with Apex, you are entitled to 90% of that. So 90% of 7,000, or let's just say 8,000. So they take $800, you get 7,200. What else can you make $7,200 in an hour and a half worth of your time? You do the math on that. You're paying yourself a minute rate, okay? Once you learn how to do this, the potential becomes endless, all right? This is financial freedom. This is a skill that you're going to develop. This is a lifelong skill. College kids can do it. Uh, Full-time workers can do it. Part-time workers can do it. Stay-at-home moms can do it. Retirees can do it. Yes, retirees. Okay, all you have to learn how to do is to trade. And what better job for a retiree? I mean, you wake up early anyway, right? Yeah, you make a couple trades and you go golfing, or if you're a woman, you make a couple trades and then you go watch your grandson or granddaughter, right? Like, this is what life is all about. You rely solely on you. The market is going to do whatever the market wants to do. You just have to figure out and try to determine what the market's going to do. Okay, and you use certain indicators and levels, lines, screen time, which is the biggest thing. Basically, being in front of a screen and seeing how this all works out and plays out is the biggest thing. But the potential is endless here. So let's get this going. Let me get out of here. Let me grab this and move it over a little bit so you can see the full chart. All right. So you're looking at my trade of 8 here on this is what I use through Apex. As I said, I do have the availability to use NinjaTrader, which is another platform. I just find this for what I'm doing. I'm scalping is what I'm doing. I'm in most cases getting in and out very quickly, and you're going to see that in a second. Okay. So, yeah, the Trader platform is great and all, but I honestly prefer this. You can use the desktop version, you could use the web version, you can use the mobile version. I don't recommend trading on mobile, but it's possible, all right? As long as you know what you're doing, it's possible. And as I Bear with me a second here. Just remembered something. I got to go to my other account and see if I was filled. I had an order that I placed on my mobile. There it is, sitting up there, right? I placed that this morning, 6 o'clock when I woke up. Good thing I remembered it, because otherwise it could have got filled and it could have really screwed up the account. But all right, let's get back to the one that I was trading on today. Um, so as we are here, right? I'm going to zoom in, and my chart may look very confusing for some people. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn off these elements, and I'm just going to show a couple. So I'm going to basically turn this off. I'm going to turn, let's see here. I want to keep some of these because you kind of got to see. I really can't turn too many more of them off. All right. Let me get out of here now. All right, so we're looking at the 1,000 tick chart on NQ. My baby. It's what I love trading. The way it moves. So graceful. And what you're seeing here, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. What you're seeing here is market open. Where are we at? 9:30. Market open basically right there. Okay. So right at market open, there was kind of a hint that we had a lot of bearish sentiment. And so I took a trade. And I basically sold 5, so I went short. And then I ended up buying them back for literally a 2-point scalp, $375. I was in and out of that trade in probably about 30 seconds. Why I sold so quickly? Because when I got into the trade, we were basically, see this down here, this dark red, right? This right here is an indication of a strong bearish momentum. And I sold it here because I kind of didn't like what I was seeing on the volume. So we were basically like right here, bought it. We had a higher volume pop here, then we had 2 lower volumes, and then we had this higher volume pop. And that was higher than any other volume except for right here. So once I saw that, I was like, I got to sell quick. Okay. Now, if I just would have held for a little bit, I could have gained, what's that, additional 6 points. But I'll take a 3-point. And now I'm not going to go through all of these, but I'm just going to show you some of them. Let's see, right here, I sold 5 contracts, so I went short. And then what happened? I All right, so basically here to here. No, I ended up losing money here, right? And then right here, I bought at 15,176, and then sold at 15,183, and that was what? $750 profit. All right. Then same thing up here. I actually, this was a very quick scalp, very, very quick. Sold 2, and then I ended up buying 5. And then up here, sold 3. And I actually had a loss here. So this is actually where I moved one of my stop losses. So I was under the anticipation that we were right here at the time, and I was watching these indicators. Basically, this is strong buying momentum. This means that it's starting to level off or decrease, I should say. And then where are we at here? Okay, so we're up. Yeah, we're up here. And then we hit this, right here. What was going on was strong, weak, and then we had two more strongs, and we went to a period of weak. And then I saw this big candle up. Then I saw this doji candle, right? And typically that's a sign that you're going to pull back. So on this candle, I got in right here, unfortunately, and then I put my stop loss originally at the top of this candle because I really thought we were going to sell off. And then this candle opened, and what happened here? This candle closed, and then, of course, didn't hit my stop loss yet. And then we got to right here, and then once again I saw another light green, so I was like, okay, this trade's gonna work. And guess what happened? I saw it basically coming up to this wicking point, and I was like, all right, I gotta move this stop loss a little bit higher. And then I moved it up to like,
and guess what happened?
right about
I saw
there.
coming up to
That's where I
wicking
moved
point.
it, so a little bit higher to the top of this swing high. Well, this high over here.
To like,
but then what occurred?
about
Normally what will occur in this situation is one of two things.
a little bit higher to the top of this swing high.
Being that this is the highest high in this whole time frame right here.
Normally what will occur in this situation is
one of two things will occur. You will either get a buy up to that point,
highest high,
and then a very quick sell off, and then determining whether the bears step in or the bulls step in is determined upon whether the sell off breaks these moving averages. If it does, well, then you're going to sell down further. If it doesn't, you could play around in the zone for a little bit. But what happened in this case, what I thought was going to happen, and hindsight 2020, looking back, it was a bad decision on me. Well, it actually broke this level. And when it breaks a level of prior high, see what happens here? It broke that level, and then what did it do? It basically went up to here. So I ended up losing money on that. $1,020. So technically, starting off the day, I had a couple good trades, and then I had a shitty trade. So I had 2 or 3 good trades, and then I had a shitty trade, which basically wiped away my profits. Then we had let's see here. Where is the one I want to show you? This is it right here. Okay. So this was my pretty big trade. This was a $2,900 profit. So we got to this point right here, right? And now I'm gonna zoom out, and I'm gonna go to another screen for a second. But we got to this point right here. I saw the price going up. It tried making a new high, and it did. And then basically it had a pretty large sell-off candle. Even though this candle is green, this was a sell-off candle, right down to the EMA. And then it basically closed right on the EMA. At that point in time, I wasn't 100% sure what it was going to do. But when I saw the RSI, the relative strength index, okay, basically right here, it made this higher high, and then it dipped down, and then it was in over basically bought territory, which basically means that we're probably going to get a reversion at some point in time. You just don't know exactly when. What I also had going in my favor was the momentum had changed. It went from dark green. Now, you can't just follow every single one of these things to a T, because I've seen many continuations with, this just keeps going. But so I sold here. So I went short here with 10 contracts. And then I saw this occur, and I originally had my stop loss. I originally had my stop loss right here. I said, okay, There's the swing high. We're going to basically stop out there. So what's that? 278, 270. So that was my 8 point stop loss. And then I was like, all right, there's no way that this is going to continue to keep going up. Why did I say that? Let me get over here. We're looking at the 5 minute, still the same thing. That time was, let's see here. Now I'm looking at my other screen. That was at 10:45. So as I said, I use multiple charts for all this stuff. So where are we at? 10:25. All right, so you'll notice what happened here. There was this red zone. First time we came up to this red zone, sell off. Second time we came up to this red zone, sell off. And then basically 10:30, 10:35, we broke through this red zone, right? See that? You basically, this was a big ass candle. You broke right through it. And then it took off. That was this move right here. That's when it broke. Hold on. Let me bring this back over. All right. That move, when it took off that big red green candle, was when it broke that through that zone there, that which is this is right here, which is known as VWAP. That's the weighted volume average price. It broke that and basically price went up. This move right here was a 205 to 282. So it's that 77 point move. It was a big move. But what had occurred at that point in time? Well, we had a broadening formation set from before, which this line right here was automatically drawn, through one of the indicators that I used. This white line is one of the lines that I had drawn, and we were originally following this pattern. And then once it broke through there, it's amazing how this works. See, it breaks through there, and then pretty much candle opens, comes down here, and almost wicks off that white line, and then up to this red line. And then that was 1040, and then 1045 was right here. Okay. So I knew at some point in time that we were going to likely get a reversion in the sell off. I didn't know to the extent what, but I was taking my chances here because we wicked off of this once, sold off. We wicked off of this twice, sold off. Then we came back up, and then we wicked off it again, and then sold off. Now, let me show you, bring this chart back over. Let me bring my trading chart back over. So I sold 10 here. I went short here. Originally had my stop loss set here. Okay? We got to that point, and I moved my stop loss. And where I moved my stop loss to, and I said this was the one where it worked out really well in my favor. So I moved my stop loss to actually way up because I just had a feeling it was going to sell off. I was actually going to lose way more money than I even want to talk about in this. This is one of those instances where it works out and you just get that gut feeling and it worked out. Okay. They're not always going to work out. And that's why there's so many different factors and facets that go into trading. But this one worked out. The other one didn't. But I moved my stop loss, which was originally right here at this horizontal line, 278. I moved it up an additional, what's that, 7 points. So my original stop loss was at the 277. I said I bought it at 271. So I had a 14-point stop loss on this move. All right. But there's more methods to my madness as to why I did that. I saw what was happening down here with the RSI. As I said, we're already in a downward momentum. This basically means that the upward momentum has fizzled. We're starting to go down. Once you get into this red momentum here, that means that you're basically in a strong downward momentum. But this is a lagging indicator, unfortunately. So that's why you got to keep that in mind here as well. It lags. So as you're getting up to the top here, the momentum has already fizzled pretty much out, but still there are some residual buyers who are going to buy. So now I move the stop loss from here up to no, it wasn't 78. Hold on. I want to make sure I get this correct with you guys. Yeah, 87. I'm sorry. 87. I had the numbers backwards. Yep, 87 is where I moved it to. So I moved it originally from 78 to 87. So a 9 point. So all in all, I was willing to risk 69. So that's 18 points here. And I'm glad that I did. But the biggest method behind my madness was this. Okay, I saw this higher. See this peak right here on this RSI down here? It made this high. And then, even though it was small, we had a 3 point more of a high, but yet we had a lower RSI. So let me just draw this line here for a second for you. I think I could draw them down here. Yep. Actually, no, I can't. Well, you could visualize that. You know, you're going from here, you're going down, but from here, you're going up. So we had a divergence occurring. That's known as basically a bearish divergence occurring. So I moved my stop loss up, and lo and behold, after this high right here, I then started to move my stop loss down because I got a feeling what was going to happen. And lo and behold, I knew that we were targeting VWAP, which was the least that we were targeting VWAP. But we got to this point here, and then you can't see it, but we had not necessarily a doji candle, but it was a candle that I didn't necessarily like to see. It was a candle that there was a chance. Actually, I'm sorry. Okay, nope, right here. This is tough to read off of this stuff. I sold 5 positions, so I had 10. I sold 5 down here. Okay. And then what I did is I already have my stop loss set here, and now my stop loss was pretty much moved up to, it was moving down the entire time. So I sold 5 pretty much right at VWAP, tried to get as close as I could to the VWAP fill. And then what occurred was move my stop loss down, and then ended up selling the remaining 5 right. No, got this wrong. Sorry. I sold my first 5 right here because of this candle. I thought maybe we were going to revert back up, but we didn't. Then I moved my stop loss down. My remaining 5 positions, I kept moving my stop loss down, and then we got this big this big red candle right down to VWAP as I had anticipated. So if I just would have held all 10 of my positions to VWAP, which was this yellow line right here, which was what my plan was, then that 2,900 profit would probably be closer to 3,900 profit. But I didn't. But I'm not going to balk at it. Okay. And then what had happened? We bounced around VWAP for a little bit, and then we even went lower. So that right there, I basically gave up 14 points worth of potential profit. One of the hardest things to do when you're scalping is holding trades, honestly, because you see the profit building and you're like, oh, I should sell now. No. Or I should buy now. No. Oh my goodness. And then you're going back and forth. There's a war going on in your head, but you got to go into a trade with a plan. And this plan, even though I revised it, because if I would have kept my original stop loss right here, I would have been stopped out, and this trade would have never worked out. But because I saw what was going on, I saw this here, saw the dip down here. I saw us basically come up to like right when we got to right about here, is when I moved my stop loss. And the reason why I did was because I saw that this was starting to level out down here. This goes so quick. Like, look, it's a slower time in the market right now. It's lunchtime, but this is the 1,000 tick chart. And when we are in like prime trading hours, like normally between like 9:30 and I said in like 11, when the most volume is occurring, these things are moving. You'll sometimes get a new candle print like every 5, 10, 15 seconds. Um, but what I did there was I moved it up, and I did that because of this. Basically, I saw this divergence occurring, and then I said we dropped down $2,900 profit. This trade was from 1044 to 1052. What's that? 8 minutes? $2,900 in 8 minutes. And then I was done for the day. That's it. Done. Finished finito. As I said, I'm not gonna play around. I'm happy with that for an hour and a half workday. And you should be too. You need to learn how to trade. You need to learn the ins and outs of this life skill. It is a life skill that you could take with you anywhere you go. And guess what? It's just you versus you. That's it. It's your mind and your heart versus your mind and your heart. Once you have the knowledge and expertise to do this, you don't got to worry about employees. You don't got to worry about the weather. You don't got to worry about other things that are going on. Okay, say you run a business, you got to worry about employees. You have to have lots of overhead. Well, in this life skill, you do not. It's a couple $1,000s. And you can do it for a lot cheaper than that. But if you want a good setup, a couple $1,000s is what you're going to have to spend. You're going to have to get educated. You're going to have to take the time. You have to learn how the markets work. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you obtain that knowledge. Now, I don't know everything, and I'm not going to claim to know everything. And I'm not going to try to lead you blindly into something that you're going to fail at. I'm going to inform you. You are going to fail. Okay? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. When you first start doing this, you're going to fail. I still fail. Professional traders still fail, okay? You'll have failing days, you'll have winning days. This takes time to develop consistency. And you need to stick to a plan, you need to stick to a formula. And once you do so, you will start to notice that those winning days become more and more and more, and those losing days, when they occur, become less and less and less, and also you're losing a lot less than you're winning. All right. So your profits are going up exponentially and your losses are going down. And that's what the goal of this is. But basically, you could do this from anywhere, anytime, 23 hours a day, 5 days a week. As long as you have internet connection, as long as you have a computer, as long as you have a phone. I don't advise trading on a phone, but you can certainly do it if that's all that you have. It can be done. So guys, I challenge you to learn how to trade. I'm here to help you and guide you in the steps that are necessary in order to learn this life skill. I will present you with the path that I took, and I will help develop you and mold you into becoming your own version of financial freedom. Now, I made $7,900 today. You may only need to make $79, or you may only need to make 790, or you may need to make $77,900.
I made
The
$7,900.
opportunities and options are endless. Whatever fits your style, whatever fits your goal. You may be only looking for a couple $100s a week, and that's fine. All right. That is what is phenomenal about this. It is true once you grasp it and understand it, it becomes true financial freedom. And I'm going to leave you with that. Thanks for viewing.